Hello everyone! I am currently in Tulum, Mexico, on this retreat called Undone, run by Dr. Cat, Petra, which you guys met in my last video, and Lena. So, well, not the Lena you guys know, different Lena. And yeah, this is technically, I got here yesterday, but I got here pretty late. So today is really like the first full day. Yesterday we all had dinner and we did a yoga flow and some icebreaker games. We played Truth or Dare. It was really fun. Basically the intention of this retreat is tapping into our sexuality, sensuality, and to undo a lot of the things that we believe about our own sexuality that we have been taught our whole lives. We got these little gift bags last night and they're so cute. So it's really hot and humid here. Coconut lube. We got undies. These are so cute. Booby massage oil. And yeah, some other goodies. He also wrote us like some really cute little love notes. I'm not going to be recording everything. After everything that happened last night, I really got the feeling that this retreat is going to be more personal and more intimate, you know, obviously given the nature of it, so I'm not going to be recording a lot of it, but of course I will vlog some things. I'm rooming with the beautiful, amazing, wonderful Pixie, of course. We actually paid for a triple room, but we got a double room, so that worked out cool. You'll definitely see her at some point. So yesterday we like wrote down our intentions of something that we wanted to undo. So I wrote down, I would love to undo the belief that my sexuality has to look a certain pretty way to be divine and accepted. I invite back in what feels good, what I accept. This is like something that's been on my mind a lot recently. I believe that all sexuality is beautiful as long as it's consensual. And sometimes I feel pressure to do, especially sex work, in like a certain way that's like acceptable, that's like artsy, and like I do love doing that kind of content. I do. But sometimes I feel like only what's tasteful is what's acceptable to society, and that's just enjoy the video. Mwah. This is Lily.
It's a video blog. Yay.
It's Petra again.
Look what I have.
Yeah.
Pleasure.
So, this is the retreat center.
Practicing authenticity by getting to know your inner compass and your authentic desires. So we can expand our pleasure by getting to know ourselves. Many of you are probably very sensitive to the needs of other people, and we can mix up our needs or desires with somebody else's needs and desires. As you keep breathing, Notice what happens when you begin to invite movement. Feel as you breathe.
Sex is about getting out of the head and into the body. It's about transcending the ego in order to merge into union with the oneness. It's about deep flow states that feel infinite, rich, ecstatic, and deeply healing. It's about utilizing our divine vessels to create erotic art that appeals to the naked third eye. It's about fully embracing the bliss of the physical human experience and opening up to allow loving life force energy to flow through us, reminding us of source, because source energy is sexual energy.
Mine is all. Mine is all.
You gotta come in.
Ooh, our yonis are touching. Our yoni. Okay. Yoni egg buddy. This is the new BFF friendship bracelet at Undone Tulum. You like? You like?
Hey guys, I just got my yoni egg. It matches my hair. Of course, I got rose quartz. So let's unbox it. I'm going to keep this ribbon because it's pink. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Wow. Despite my hair and all that, this is actually my favorite shade of pink. It's just like super pastel. We're about to go to some cenotes, which is awesome. I had no idea we were doing that today. Hey guys, the first full day is over. We just had the most amazing cacao ceremony slash ecstatic dance. And it was really funny because I didn't know that we were gonna do that. No one really knew that we were gonna do that. And at dinner, I said, you know what would be so perfect for this event and this like retreat center would be a cacao ceremony. Like I just like felt that really strongly. And everyone was like, yeah, that'd be awesome. And then earlier, Pixie, after the cenote, she was like, I really feel like dancing now, like ecstatic dance. And then bam, after dinner, Kat and Petra were like, okay, everyone to the yoga dome, we're doing a cacao ceremony ecstatic dance. And we're like, well, that manifested very quickly. And it was amazing. We all actually started with like blindfolds on, and we were just like, you know, getting into our bodies. And I was wearing this sarong in my bikini top, and I was feeling really called to undo my bikini top, but you know, I had some second thoughts like, oh, is that weird? Or like, am I gonna make people feel uncomfortable? Like, I'm really comfortable in my own body, but I didn't want to like make anyone else feel weird, but we were also like all blindfolded. But I really felt called to, and especially because this retreat is all about tapping into your sensuality, right? So I asked the universe for a sign. I was like, okay, should I take my top off? And as soon as I thought that in my head, Kat, the facilitator of the Cacao Ceremony dance, was like, she said, what else can you undo? Or something along those lines. And I was just like, okay, topless. And, and it felt so freeing. And then shortly after, we like took off the blindfolds and I was the only one topless. And I felt a little weird about that, but like, not really. I like was just totally getting into my dance flow, and then as like a few minutes rolled by, other people just kept taking their clothes off, different garments, and by the end of the night, like, I think a third of us were like pretty much almost naked, and the ones who weren't were just like in their underwear, and we were all just like totally flowing together like so beautifully. And we did like the dance circle where like 2 people would be in the middle at one time and everyone would be watching. Me and Pixie did this beautiful dance. I wish I could have captured it on camera, but it was way too intimate. Gonna take a shower and go to bed pretty early, but gonna be waking up early soon. A rainy soup day. Yeah. So we just finished this workshop, pretty much where we were breaking down different types of sexuality, different expressions. For the most part, people can break down into 6 different categories of sexual expression. So we're just gonna go through the 6 really briefly to kind of give you some context. The first one is sensual. So people who are sensual are into caressing, touching, feeling skin on skin, soft lighting, like massages, like a sensual musical playlist. They'll use words like make love, pleasure.
So there's like a high sensitivity to the set and setting, and the environment has a great influence upon the physical experience. So another category of sexual expression is intimacy. So that can be like really deep kisses with a lot of presence and eye contact. It's not casual. It has like this depth.
Intimacy is the kind of sex that you'll have where you're like telling them I love you, like while you're having sex.
Yeah.
Where you're like eye contact and you're like I love you.
Yeah.
You know, it's like like deep bonding. Third one is cognitive. So this one explains mentally picturing something, maybe like fantasizing in your mind about an erotic scene, maybe telling a sexy story while making love, deep intellectually stimulating conversations.
I'm sapiosexual, and just like a hot body like just doesn't really do it for me, because for me like there's beautiful beings everywhere, and there needs to be like this like uniqueness that comes from getting to know someone mentally, and yeah, becoming aroused by the way they're tapped into themselves and their expression. That would be like cognitive. It's more like a mental and conversational thing. Another category, erotic. So
Also called sexual, right?
yeah.
I mean, obviously they're all sexual, but
Yeah. Deriving a lot of arousal from
like the physical form.
the physical form and the beauty of it. Being encouraged to have pleasure or to orgasm. Touching and grabbing particular body parts, hair pulling, lingerie.
Use words like fuck, bang, cock, pussy, stuff like that. We were saying we think this is like the most common one.
Yeah, that most people resonate with foremost.
And then next is kinky. So kinky can be many things. Dominating, submitting, or surrendering, thinking about force or rough play, restraints, role play fetish, taboo, naughty, things like that. And last but not least,
energetic. So this is the tantric dimension of sexuality. So it's like getting really turned on by the concept of merging into union with another lover.
Very like spiritual kind of like sex.
Yeah. It's like ritualistic. It can be like worshiping the divine masculine or the divine feminine. And so often words used: divine, sacred, magic, temple, merging, transcendence, fill me with your light, worship me, heart space, soulmate,
Shaft of light.
shaft of light, yeah.
Yeah, and then the last one is shapeshifter. So someone who, I mean, I feel like most people have more than just one.
Yeah.
Like for me, I think I'm all of them. Like I can enjoy all of them.
Yeah, same.
But I think my number one is kinky. And then my number two would probably be sensual.
Yeah.
Yeah. What this workshop has really opened up for me is like validation in my like intention for this retreat. So my intention was to undo the belief that my sexuality has to be a certain way to be divine and accepted. I've been going on my spiritual journey this past like year and a half. I've been faced with a lot of shame and judgment actually around sex that isn't that energetic one, which is like the one that's like tantric and stuff, which is like that's a beautiful form of expression and sexuality, and I can tap into that. But I feel like a lot of people actually who like call themselves conscious spiritual beings will like put that form of sexuality like above the other kinds. And that's something that's like, even like a few months ago, I was kind of like starting to feel some shame around like my kinky side and being like, oh, it's my kinky side isn't divine, or like it isn't beautiful, or it isn't like this and that and this and that, when it's just different. Like they're all just as valid as the other as long as they are consensual and like intentional. Because I feel like there's misconceptions around kink, like somebody does BDSM the wrong way and then there's like an energy exchange that's like toxic. Or maybe with like the more sexualized sex, like the one that's like pussy, bang, fuck, like this misconception that like it's men like objectifying women, which it can be sometimes, but in a setting that is consensual and intentional, where both people are benefiting off of it and both turned on by it, then it's like there's literally nothing wrong with that at all. Like, and you know, even just coming to this retreat, like it's like a yoga retreat, and there's a lot of like more spiritual ideologies here, and like even being like a little afraid of coming here thinking that they're just gonna preach Tantra. Like Tantra, which again, like nothing against Tantra, but it's not like this like higher way of being that's like makes everything else like invalid, which is exactly what kind of like my intention was to like tap into. So I'm like so like happy with this like workshop.
When it comes to kink and specifically role play, being able to, because I guess like a kind of like an intention of spirituality is to be able to transcend the ego in order to tap into this like more expansive state where you're not limited by like these labels that you've put upon yourself. And with kink and role play, like in order to tap fully into those states where you really those roles, like you are transcending the ego, and then you're channeling like different sexual energetic archetypes that come out to play,
like literally channeling,
and you're playing with newer, different energies that you're not normally aware of within you. So like on the outside it can be viewed as something like very strange, but then it has this like deeper meaning, like it's all symbolic, like
and at the end of the day, I said this earlier, but like I just want to say it again, as long as it's consensual and intentional, then like what the fuck.
Totally. Definitely. I resonate all the way with that. Like
and that's what's so great about our work, is we can just like, I feel like I constantly lift shame from people. Like people who will come into my room and be like, is this weird? Or they'll be shy, and then just me being like, no, like I embrace you. And then people being like, whoa. You know? Or like somebody will say something and everyone in the chat's like, that's weird. I'm like, what? Like, or maybe being like, yeah, that's weird, but that's awesome, because weirdness is like embraced, you know? Where like I embrace weirdness. So like being able to help people feel like their sexuality and their kinks and their fantasies are valid, and there's like nothing to be ashamed of. I feel like is like really cool to be able to do for people.
Definitely. Judgment, labeling something as weird, I think just stems from it's,
you know what's weird? Life is fucking weird.
That's why I'm like really surprised all the judgment, because I'm like, how are people oblivious to that? Living just in this world is
not weird.
You like
the fact that we're just here, like we have fingers, we have bodies, we like came like there's an outer space out there. We're like we're on this ball that's going around the sun, and we're like speaking in this language that we made up.
That are just these like abstract sounds that when strung together create meaning.
That are literally just vibrations through the air that like go into our ears, and now we hear them as sound. So hope you enjoyed our talk. I don't know. Hello, about to go to bed. Today was awesome. I don't remember the last thing I filmed, but didn't film too much today. We just finished doing this like voice activation workshop where we were singing and screaming and laughing and making all the weird noises. It was really fun. It was led by Alina, and getting a little weird and learning about sound healing, which is super cool. Like we can literally heal our own bodies with sound. But my favorite thing was we did this thing where all of us were lined up against the wall. The wall of the yoga dome like looks out the jungle because it's like a screen. And at the count of 3, we all just like screamed as loud as we could, envisioning something that we like wanted to let go, or you know. And it was it was so therapeutic that we, after the first scream, we ended up doing it 4 times. Like screaming 4 times. My throat kind of hurts. It's amazing. Last time I screamed at the top of my lungs like that was actually at a Rise when Satsang played their set, and in the middle of their set they told us to scream as loud as we could and envision something we want to let go of. And at the time I was in an abusive relationship, and I just wanted to let go of all the toxicity, and at the time I didn't want to let go of the relationship, just all the toxicity. So this time, when she said that, I was just thinking about the last time I screamed, and I was like, wow, that entire energy is out of my life now, and I'm like so fucking grateful. And just kind of screaming out, like not even of anger or sadness, but out of kind of like joy and just like liberation of feeling so empowered. And one thing I was thinking of was like in that relationship, I was constantly shamed for my sexuality and the way that I would express it. Like it was only divine or only acceptable if I did it this one certain way, when in reality that's not fucking how it works. So kind of like screaming to let go of that, like letting go of that idea that there's something wrong with the way that I sexually express, because I started to second guess myself in that relationship. But this retreat has really just set in stone that like, no, I fucking know what's up. Like I've always known, I just got a little confused, but now I'm back on track. Felt so good to let that out. Ooh, hand cramp. Oh my God, I was like holding my camera with one hand and my camera's really heavy. Oh God, okay. I'm about to jump on a phone call with Bradley and Hannah and I think Georgia too. About our new social media YouTube thing that's about to happen. Oh my God, guys, it's gonna happen. Anyway, good night. I love you and see you tomorrow. Morning. I think today we're going to the Mayan ruins, so that would be cool. You know what I notice I say all the time? So that's cool. That'll be cool. Cool, 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 cool. All right, let's have a wonderful day today.
Don't bite here, mosquitoes. You remind me of like a forest nymph. Like the Greek, like, they turn into trees. I'm like, no, Hercules, don't catch me.
So, self-compassion, kindness, reminding ourselves this is a collective experience, and to shift into non-judgment.
Relaxation allows the energy to flow through the body.
You know, whether you're a tantric priestess or you're a homegirl just wanting to feel better in her body, relaxation is the key. Keep breathing, keep relaxing this belly and letting it just bowl the fuck out. Yee, tummy.
Won't you put it on your knees?
We've been practicing this entire retreat on how to relax, how to allow. One of my favorite dance moves that fully embodies this sense of allowing and acceptance is twerking. For a reason. Twerking not only has a negative connotation to it, as according to society, because it's associated with strippers or with sluts or, you know, dirty, filthy. And just as we're reclaiming the word pussy, we can reclaim how our body moves. Twerking, in order to work, we must relax this body part. We must embrace the jiggle. So we want all of the junk to jiggle. So to feel that sensation of jiggling, jiggle, 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 jiggle. So this is nice. Even just shaking.
Yeah, that's cool, but he ain't like me. A lot of girls like me.
Shakti doesn't have to be pure. And you know, the feminine can be in many different forms. You know, don't allow yourself to be boxed in by it has to look a certain way. It can come in ratchet and dirty and filthy, and owning it all and claiming the body as fucking fire, and that is yours. Woo!
Yes.
So next we're going to nourish our bodies with some yummy food, and then we're going to be getting ready to go to the ruins and the beach.
Why is this in Spanish? Dang, cat, your butt looks so good right here. Home base?
Yeah. And I like want to go see my family, but I'm afraid.
which day this is, but Friday, yeah. We finished the night with a breath work and sound healing workshop. And for those of you who know me, you know that I love breath work, and I've had some pretty amazing experiences with breath work, but I'd honestly say this one took the cake. Before we started, we drank some kava root tea. We did like 37 minutes of breathing and then like a sound bath. It's really hard to describe just how amazing it was. For those of you who don't know, breath work is, in a nutshell, you're breathing like very intentionally. So this time we were doing it inhale, inhale, exhale, all from the mouth. Stomach, chest, let go. And then so you just do it over and over and over again, and then it can have like very blissful, sometimes psychedelic, transformational effects. But my experience tonight was really clarifying and affirming and inspiring and emotional. I was like ugly crying for a lot of it, and like shaking, and my whole body was vibrating. And my main insight is this extreme amount of love that I feel for myself and others, but specifically for myself, and realizing that I love myself the most out of anyone in this universe, and I am the only one who can and will love myself this much. And finding so much fulfillment and bliss in that, because I feel like commonly people are constantly seeking outwards for validation, for love, for fulfillment, when it's literally just fucking all here. And no one can love you as much as you can. Like literally no one. And it's beautiful to receive love from others, of course, but just like at the core of it. So I was really just meditating on that and feeling so much love and gratitude for myself. And then I just had this like insane download of my life purpose, my life mission, which is to help people love themselves. And I've always known that, but at the Mystic Manor retreat a few weeks ago, that became like pretty clear for me. But this breathwork exercise, whatever, made it like crystal clear. It's almost like there were like clouds in front of the sun, and then after the Mystic Manor it was like a little bit less clouds, and then the breathwork exercise is like bam, here's the fucking sun right in your eyeballs. And I was like, whoa, okay, I see you. And especially with this like new path I'm about to take, literally living at the Mystic Manor, it's just like, holy shit. My life is about to drastically change, and I just want to start putting out more and more and more positive, loving content into the fucking world, and just like spew it out of my being, because that's what feels so good to me. And it's just like, that is literally my bliss. It's just, I have reached the state where I am in like so fucking in love with myself, and I just want to help people feel that same way, because it's like so liberating, and if I can do that for just like one person, I already have myself, so I'm already fulfilled. But if I could do it for like even just like one other person, or help people on that path, like that's just fucking golden to me, because I think every human deserves to feel this way. No crying in front of the camera this time, because I already got all those tears out. But if I hadn't, I probably would be crying right now, because it's like, oh, also, yeah, so after I had that like vision, download, life purpose, blah, blah, we stopped doing the breath work and kind of faded into the sound healing part. And during the sound healing part, I literally had one of the most psychedelic experiences in my entire life. I was seeing like stars in like the Milky Way, and there was this one point where it was like I saw the Milky Way, and then I saw it like zooming out and out and out to like more and more solar systems, more until like multiverses, and then like getting really intense to the point where I kind of snapped out of it, because I was like, wait, this is really intense, what the fuck is going on? And I kind of like came back to my body, and I was like, whoa, come down. And I started seeing like eyeballs and like geometry, and just like thinking like really strange thoughts, you know, like thoughts you have like kind of before you go to sleep, but then like you're still awake, and it's like you're in this in-between state and your brain is just flowing. It's like you're not, it's like kind of like subconscious thought, but you're like aware of it. I don't know if any of you have had that, but I was having like subconscious thoughts, but I was aware of the subconscious thoughts, so maybe they're not subconscious, but, or maybe they weren't subconscious, but I could hear them, but they weren't really coming from me. Promise, I didn't take any drugs. I feel like I have to say that every single video I make. I'm like, I'm not on drugs, guys. But it's true, like you can reach these heightened states of awareness not on drugs, guys, and that's why breathwork is so fucking amazing, because it's like what you can tap into is like what's already there. Drugs are just a shortcut, but you can get there, it's all within you. So anyway, then I think I fell asleep actually. I just see very clearly now that things are about to get pretty crazy. I mean, they already are, but I'm about to move to LA. I'm gonna start producing a lot of content. I love you all so much. Thank you for coming on this journey with me. There's still a few days left, so, well, 2 days left, 1 day left. I don't know. Good morning. It's the last full day here. Let's fucking get it.
No one can love you better than you. No one really knows you like you do. From what makes you smile to what makes you cry, they can only try. No one can hear what's going on in your mind. No one can really feel what is inside. From what makes you smile to what makes you cry, they can only try. Let go of the belief that you're incomplete. Let go of the belief that you need something outside of yourself. Oh, sink into the relief that you have everything. Sink into the relief that you're a light being, and you are bright.
one can love you better than you. No one really knows you like you do. From what makes you live to what makes you die, they can only try. Right now we are getting ready for a sexy photo shoot. Yeah.
And who would you recommend a retreat like this to?
Literally every woman ever. Ever. I want every woman I know to come here.
I felt a huge sense of sisterhood. It's been like a giant pajama party. And we have gotten to see the landscape. We've spent time in the jungle. We have gotten incredible information on exactly what's happening in our bodies and why. We have formed a bond with everyone here, and it's just been a very cohesive and loving and nurturing experience.
The biggest takeaway that I have from this experience is that sexual energy is infinite, and there is so much on the spectrum to tap into, and there is no category and there is no expression that is more divine or more special or more sacred or more amazing than the next. That we all have so much potential, and we all can trust our intuition of what feels good and just groove into that and know that we are beautiful and we are accepted and we are all divine. Inclusive, empowering, and so ecstatic.
Nice. Okay. I think that's good.
Yeah. We are about to go out to the club.
Can I bring my passport?
No, just Let's go.
Ready to get lit,
As you can tell, we pre-gamed just a little bit. My first time ever trying mezcal, which is actually from the same plant as tequila. And did you guys know? Did you know? Did you happen to know that tequila and mezcal is the only liqueur that is an upper and not a downer? I think that's why I resonate so hard with it, and I'm about to drink some more. I'm about to get lit.
The retreat ended yesterday. Me and Pixie are now at this Airbnb in Tulum. We're staying an extra few days. But yeah, I just wanted to make this outro. What an amazing experience. I feel so tapped into my sexuality and feel so in love with myself, and all of my beliefs have all been affirmed, and my intention for the retreat definitely came true. I don't know what else to say. I feel like the vlog kind of spoke for itself. It's so beautiful here. I think I'm gonna make a whole separate video just on downtown Tulum because it's beautiful here. So look out for that video next. I love you all. Thank you for watching.